The problem is I can't sprint. Because that's what put me into this mess in the beginning. I just don't have enough food to deal with it. Okay. Big area, not a whole lot in it. Yeah, I don't see any more of those loot boxes. Might be something over here, so I'm gonna go double check. See what we can get. Because, yeah, all I need is, like, 1 or 2 structures with some food in it. Or more fertilizer. Because, yeah, unfortunately, one tragedy is you can't actually move fertilizer that you've already placed, from what I know. If I could, I'd move the whole farm up and do, like, one hell of a grow fest. But that's what we need the drill for, some other things. Yeah, so this is a new structure we haven't been to yet. Worth a look-see. I can eat the carrots. We got 3 of them. I was hoping to use the carrots for crafting, but I guess we don't have any sand to begin with, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so what's new? Please be something good. I'm desperate for foodsies. You really think the farm bots would actually have just a little bit of food on them occasionally? Well, I'll shave this. See, there are NPCs based off of a dev blog. Oh. Haven't located a single one. Okay. Well, there's some more scrap metal up here. Ugh. Oh, but there's a supply cube, so I gotta test it. Damn it. Okay, let's go further up. Yeah, I do need the scrap metal. I don't need it now. That's the one thing. But also, like, just passing out repeatedly to get all my resources back. It is an option. It's a crappy option, and I don't like the idea of it. But it's at least something I can do if I need to. Seriously? Just a circuit board? Blech. Need more than that. Dang game. Freaking making me starve to death constantly. Okay, crash ships over here. Probably gonna need the saw to make it work. So, I guess we're gonna spend another night, day-night cycle, whatever, hanging out at the other farm. Because I've got to plant some more crops. Is there fall damage? Yup, and it hurts. Alright, here we go. So we need tomatoes, and we need beets. Beets don't feed that much. Okay, how much of this stuff do I have? Not nearly enough for all of the stuff I'm planting. Okay, we don't want more potatoes, so let's ignore that. Okay. Okay, how the hell did I not starve earlier? I probably just had enough food that it didn't matter. Okay. Toss those there. Maybe I should have brought Big Boy with me. A lot of milkshakes. Yeah, the milkshakes really did kind of solve a lot of problems. I would love to actually be able to get more of those somehow. Because those were an incredible food source for a while. Oh, hey! You can actually get more of these. Alright. Well, that's good enough for now. Let's go see if I can get any burnt wood. My assumption is no. The burnt wood around here is cosmetic. Maybe not, actually. Ember. Yeah, my biggest fear is just keeping fed, because you have to eat a tremendous amount of food on a daily basis just to not die here. I think once you get the cookbot, it's not so bad. The problem is getting the cookbot. I don't have enough upgrade kits. Did I try picking up a log and putting it in flames? Interesting question. I haven't tried that yet. I'm gonna operate under the assumption that no. Okay. So let's go back in here. Probably should have just upgraded the car. Hop out for a second. That's good. So we got the ability to take a nap. Or not nap, respawn. If I get wrecked by all the bots in this immediate area. Let's see. Screw it. I'm gonna use the last of my fertilizer. Oh, the gourd things are... Yeah, you know what? Those plants in the other area probably might actually be... The plants that grow super slowly might actually straight up be potatoes. Alright. Well, got circuits aplenty. Yeah, I should have brought Big Boy with. Would have just taken forever. Let's see. How much fertilizer do I have? I've got 2. I need a lot more than that. Blech. Well, I guess we just kind of wait. Because I can't really do anything. Unfortunately, because I'm so tragically low on food. The moment I start, like, doing anything, harvesting more trees and whatever, it's just going to take time. Can you craft more fertilizer? You can, but it takes soil, which requires rock, which requires a drill. And I don't have a drill yet. Let's see. Which, let's see, you don't have soil? Nope. I got some fertilizer. Or, sorry, soil bags. How would I describe it? I need to pulverize rock, turn it into sand, which I then convert into soil bags. But yeah, need a drill first. Do know how to get the drill. I know how to get the drill. It's a matter of getting the requisite resources that's the big problem. Yeah, because I need more embers like this. And I'm assuming I can get embers by burning trees, but I don't know how to burn trees. Gosh, I don't want to sit here staring at that for 10 minutes. Let me think. Go looking for any tree that could count as dropping embers, I guess. This might count. Okay, here we go. So all of these bunged up, kind of burnt looking trees should count. Not that there are many of them. I'm assuming these don't count. Okay, so it has to be a burnt out shell of a tree. Anything bigger than that doesn't count. Maybe this counts. Nope. Alright, that's got to be one. Alright. I see maybe 2 more viable trees? 3 more viable trees. Okay, so this is a plus. I think you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to work until I pass out repeatedly, getting as many of these embers as we possibly can. Because yeah, this should give me all of the ember that I could possibly need. And there's also like 0 penalty for passing out repeatedly. Can you use Craftbot to make embers? I don't think so, no. But this should be a silly amount of starter embers, and eventually we should be able to get the... We should have the tech to make embers ourselves somewhere along the way. I'm gonna be real confused if we don't. Seriously? All that for 1? Oh, 2. What's the third's up there, but... I guess I could get up there. I just don't know if it's worth it. Let's see. Never thought you'd see you play Scrap Mechanic again. It was a mix of a couple of things. For starters, I was very burnt out on playing the game. Not having any direct goals and trying to come up with your own fun for, like, years is actually really tough. And so after a certain point, I just honestly started running out of ideas. And just decided it would be easier to just, like, go cold turkey for a while. The other thing was I had so many people demanding that I play it angrily for years that after a while it kind of turned into a spite thing. I like this game. It's real fun. But it's not really fun to have just like a billion people showing up to yell at me like, why aren't you playing Scrap Mechanic? Play more Scrap Mechanic. I don't care about this game you're playing. Play Scrap Mechanic. Like, it made me feel less valuable as a creator. Because it made me feel like everybody just was here for the game. And that's for me. And I think that's fine to some degree. But it also meant that if anybody ever lost interest in Scrap Mechanic, they would never have anything else to watch on my channel. Which is real dangerous, because that's how you have all those Minecraft creators and their channels that just slowly fade into oblivion because, you know, they don't have market relevancy anymore. And so it's easier for me to just go cold turkey after a certain point and just say, like, yeah, okay, I'm going to focus on other things and wait for something more interesting to happen with the game. And now we're here. Because now there's actually something interesting in this. Can you toss corn into a fire? I tried wood. And Minecraft comes and goes. It does, but I think the heyday of Minecraft being the only thing to keep people aloft, that is... I think that's over. Like, back in... I'm going to say 2010 to about 2014, 2015, Minecraft was one of those games that if you knew how to, like, find a niche... And... Yeah, I absolutely hate this noise. It's just at this point, I don't have any food. And save for staring just grumpily at my crops, waiting for them to grow, it's easier for me to just repeatedly pass out and grab some more things. I hope they rescale the food and water degradation, at least for the early part of this game. Because right now, you need the cookbot to stay, like, properly fed without spending all day just, yep, there we go. Without spending all day staring specifically at your crops, just being like, grow, damn you! So yeah, we desperately need the cookbot. We just do not have the resources to make one. Because he's an expensive sucker. I don't know if you guys were paying attention when we had the opportunity, but he is expensive. He's an expensive sucker. Engineer an automatic farm. The problem with engineering an automatic farm is you would need to have automated defenses, which is way past... like, that's way beyond the tech level of what I currently have. There's still people who make a living on Minecraft. But there are so few of them. Like, again, back in, 6-7 years ago, people could start a channel, find a niche, play the niche, and become mega creators overnight. Nowadays, you really have to work for it to keep it going. You have to keep doing fresh things. You have to do other stuff. But, like, I know a number of Minecraft-focused YouTubers, and most of them, they're peaked a long time ago, and it's very hard to... It's very hard to capture people, I guess, in the same way that it used to. Because I think of all those creators that used to have, like, hundreds of thousands of views per episode, always. Not as many of them anymore. Okay, let's eat up. This is gonna get dicey. The main problem is we need more fertilizer, but we don't have it. Let's see. So what do I want to put away for a little while? Because I might not need it. Honestly, I'm going to put away the corn. Whatever corn is used for, it's probably fuel. I just can't do anything with it. I'm just going to put a switch here. Anything else? Because pretty much everything here I can use, and use later especially. I think that's good enough. Okay. So we'll harvest what we can out of this. I might have to put away some beeswax. In fact, let's probably do that. Because I need 32 beeswax. I don't need 40-something. Do I put away the headlamp? Yeah, I'll put away the headlight. At least for now. It's honestly not that useful. Okay, what else could I store? Got some more carrots. If these were fully grown, I'd just take him and run. I think if I, with wherever I move to, I'm gonna probably have just a massive supply of spare water and maybe kind of a sprinkler system if I could do that. But if I plant all my crops at exactly midnight, they should, emphasis on should, they should be fully grown without fertilizer, and then I don't have to worry about the robots wrecking my shit. I also have a lot of seeds, which is good. Okay, here they come. We're lucky it was just those two. I don't see any more. That's a good sign. Okay, cool. So now we just wait for our remaining crops to grow. Oh, boy. Grow, damn you. I wish to go do other things with my life. I like the idea of the robots getting this pissed off at you for farming. The problem is it does kind of put you in this weird pickle where you're effectively just staring at your crops forever, just being like, grow faster, want to do things, but can't. But as we get more automation and base defense, I think we'll be okay. What if I could actually get it so that whatever my perma base is exists in like a ravine or something with only one entrance? Because the crazy smart solution to a lot of my base defense problems would be solved, well, either by having an island base, which would make sense if I had more vehicles. Like, that one island that I started on is not a bad idea. Let's see, have you tried throwing water on the green bots? Yeah, I have. It doesn't seem to do anything to them. I might have missed every single time, but I've tried it like 3 or 4 times at this point. One of the ravine is dive bombing robots. I don't know if they dive bomb. They usually get stuck. At least from what I've seen, they almost always just get super stuck and can't progress, and just kind of stare forlornly at what you're trying to do. Okay. Are you done yet? No. Soon, hopefully. Let's see. Well, I've still got some tomatoes. But yeah, I think I'm just going to give up. We're just going to starve to death repeatedly. I'll have a farm. I'll try and stock it up. But it doesn't seem worth it considering how slow half these crops grow. It'll probably be easier once I have the, once I have, like, a better car. Because if I had a centralized base, better car, and whatnot, then I could just get back before midnight and always do things. I just haven't had the chance to upgrade the car to actually be useful. Okay, question time. Tragedies. Yeah, so there's no means for me to get my soil back. Because if I could move this... Yeah, if you could get planter boxes for mobile farming, that'd be really cool, too. Yeah, I would love to have a giant Uber, like, moving base. Because that would be rad as hell. Let's see, do you plan on making a miniseries for this? Or is this a one-off playing session? Oh, I'm going to be playing this tomorrow. I'm probably going to play this considerably over the next, like, week. At least until I'm gonna say I'm gonna get pretty deep in scrap mechanic survival mode. Up until probably Terraria comes out, or we run out of things to do. And I have no idea which we're gonna run into first. Because, like, I played 400 episodes of this game for a good reason. How much wood do I still have? Do I want to keep harvesting? Yeah, let's keep chopping down trees. I feel like something's wrong with the balance if starving is more effective than farming. The main problem is you should be able to do rudimentary cooking. Because the issue that I'm running into with this game is that the core vegetables can kind of feed you, but all of your activities really deplete your metrics really fast. And so, like, the tomato harvests are just simply not enough to keep me hydrated without me staying shackled to a farm 24/7, and that's kind of rough because you need to explore. And maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I'm just being kind of crap at this. But my assumption is they overtuned it so that you're supposed to cook, but they made it too expensive to cook. And so it's kind of this awkward dichotomy of, like, you can kind of survive, but it might actually just be easier to repeatedly starve to death and pass out. Terraria 1.4 comes out on the 16th. Yeah, something like that. I'm looking forward to it. I have no idea how I'm going to handle that one. Okay. I know my brother was interested, so that might be kind of a fun duo. I'd love to do Terraria with, like, more people, so I might reach out a little bit. But since my brother's not a YouTuber, it's kind of hard to keep up with, like, a YouTube stream schedule. It might just be an easier, like, kind of duo series for us. I have to say, the tree felling mechanics in this are some of the most compelling I've ever seen in a video game. I fully agree on that one. Okay, inventory is full. Let's just eat beets. There we go. Alright, unauthorized farm that. That was not much of a comeback, was it? Alright, whatever. So, I think I'm just gonna leave these here. Let's go find our other farm. I doubt the potatoes have grown, because I don't think they grow when you're far away. But I think I'm just gonna grab Craftbot and bail. I should have saved that soil. I was assuming I could move it around, so I didn't save it. That was foolish. Oh, that's super rough. I guess the other kind of downside to this whole farming situation, the problem that I'm running into, is that you also have to be nearby your crops for them to grow, which means you can't leave for the day and come back because they will not have made any progress. Can you make a fence using logs? No, they kill it in one shot. I already tried. I was like, hey, maybe this is unbreakable. And the answer is no, they have, like, no HP. Okay. So let's just go grab Big Boy. I don't really care too much about potatoes. I don't have any guns. There we go. I might honestly just leave that there, so it tells me where it is every single time. Let's see. It would be better multiplayer. Actually, playing this right now, multiplayer, I guess you could have effectively a base mom handling all of the farming. That might not be a bad idea. Because if you had one person farming and one person grabbing resources, it could work. Or everybody just starves constantly, and that would suck. Let's see, is this a non-violent game? Hey, come Eric. Mostly not. There is violence. There are robots that you have to bonk with a hammer. But there's no blood, there's no gore, you just bonk them 3 times and they go down. And if they hit you too many times, you pass out. So it's like, compared to Doom, no, this is very much non-violent. But there is a little bit of violence. I could almost say Nova Drift is more violent than this. But I think that's just my, it's the stress of Nova Drift than anything else. Doom is hyper-violent. Yup. I was playing Gears Tactics the other day, and I was really taken aback by just, like, how much gratuitous violence they were just including in there, like, limbs flying off and whatnot. I'm like, it's kind of fun, but it's also like, oh yeah, I would not share that with a lot of people I know. Nova Drift, you kill everything that isn't you. That's pretty violent. I guess for me, my metrics on violence is less so the activity of it, and more so the, like, blood, guts, and gore? Question mark? Because, yeah, if it's all, like, just kind of cartoony and all the enemies just, like, fade out of existence or disappear, yeah, I guess there's still kind of violence in there, but, like, it doesn't feel the same. Whereas Doom, you're straight up, like, tearing things in half, and you see all sorts of bits flying. Okay. Well, one way or another, we can finally get some of this working. So, for starters, I can make this. I need more water bottles. Son of a butt. Alright, come with me, big boy. Okay, good. Get some water. What do I even put down on the ground? Got my tomatoes. I got some seeds. Let's put the potatoes down. There we go. I think I only need one slot, but I need a lot more resources. To do what I want to do. Yeah, so I just have to stay away so we can't see that timer. Then hopefully they won't grow. It's not a big deal. I was just thinking about it lately. As a designer, it's interesting to look at the reasons we're so bad at enjoying and more so building non-violent games. I think it's because violence is a very easy way to provide a villain that players can... Oh, we already have some of this. An antagonistic force, as opposed to... Oh, he has my buckets. Butts. As opposed to a lot of games which, you know, the antagonistic force is purely just... I don't know. Let's say, Flotsam. Flotsam's a good example of a game that is non-violent. The only real violence, the antagonistic force is you just starving to death. But I was playing another game recently called, was it They Were... No, it wasn't They Were Here. Before We Leave? Something like that. It was a really charming game. And there was no failure state. There was no violence. There were no enemies. It was just a matter of perfectly balancing your system before you could leave. And I thought it was fascinating. It was also boring. And I think, yeah, the answer really comes down to it's just an easy way to have a compelling challenge for players that most other games would not afford necessarily. Anyway, honestly, as far as most non-violent games go, I would just look at puzzle games. Those are the easiest for me. to think of just like, you don't need violence in this. I feel like CRPGs, you could have no violence. Disco Elysium might be probably one of the best examples of a minimum violence games. Or game? Where I think it is a murder mystery. It's absolutely dark and a bunch of other things. But like, there's only one fight in the entire game, and it's pure dialogue. Everything else is just pure investigation and whatnot. And it was powerful for me, because I've never actually played a CRPG that had no combat before. And that was one where, yeah, it worked great. So you Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing are non-violent and mildly successful. Not-violent up until you need to get somebody off of your island, at which point, boy, some people turn into real monsters. Looking at you, Jazz. Alright. Oh, sweet. So we can actually make the drill real soon. Let's just make a bunch of these. I'm gonna need more metal. Balls.